So, somewhere on the path out of the Morag jungle and down to Port Honor,
Hmm.
in the middle of the night, Mev in her tent has a conversation with Valkyr. Um, Valkyr, are you awake?
I sort of can only be awake when you are awake. So, yes.
Then are you paying attention?
I always do.
We're going to be awfully close to home soon.
Close to a home soon.
Are you worried?
I'm more worried for you than I am for myself.
I would be less worried if things were okay with Havelock right now.
Hmm.
You don't think I was too harsh, do you?
It is difficult to say. There is something familiar about what Havelock said. So I can understand his anger. But you're also right. To constantly dwell on that, it helps nobody.
I understand where Havelock's coming from. They hold a lot of guilt in their heart, clearly. But why do they seem so focused more on the dead than the living? It's hurtful.
I suppose this person Havelock was with meant a lot to him. As I say, there is some familiarity with his words.
Mev's brow furrows, her nose scrunching a little bit. Do you mean what we saw before?
No, this... I feel this is one specifically for myself. I feel I was in a similar situation, but this damned amnesia. I just feel that I was in a situation similar to Havelock, but I do not know. Not with our memories as they are. But I am making use of it, as I say. I see where he's coming from, but you are right, harsh as you were. The dead, they do not come back. If they do, they would be a shadow of their former self. It is fine to remember the dead, but Havelock appears to be almost bound to it.
Do you get other sorts of deja vu like that you haven't been telling me?
The last time was when you were afflicted with that illness, and you say you saw something in the trees. What did you see?
As I told Aki, I saw someone blue and bloating with the weight of the ocean. Someone long, long dead.
I saw a demon in the guise of a human. His being full of smoke and rage. I remember that. I remember I fought it, but it's all I remember.
You knew it from what it sounded like.
I did. It's... when there are things which are very similar to what I may recall, it lifts the fog, albeit ever so slightly. Not enough to get a full picture, but to connect it together. Have luck with his friend. I know I saw a friend die in front of my eyes. The demon I saw, I know that I fought it, but I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know when. It is not important at this moment. It's a problem to deal with later.
Is it not important now?
If anything, it would have been back in my time, at the very least. I do not know when I was walking like you did, but unless that demon is still around, I do not feel it as important.
This is something that plagues both of our lives, Valkyr, or what's left of it. Aren't you tired of the visions? Of feeling lost?
I think Kingling is making noises without realizing it. I have long accepted the situation that I am in. It's... do not take it the wrong way when I say this. But in a way, I am a prisoner in a walking cage. So being lost in these visions is no different to me. I simply remember what few bits I was taught about discipline, set my jaw, and look to the job at hand.
I think I want to figure it out. I don't know if it's just me talking with Aki and fantasizing about this adventure we've talked about, but I want to know what we are, why we are. Where do you come from?
I know that I came from Arezar, though I do not know if during my time that was its name. Don't think that we cared much about it. It was simply the land which we were given. That was it. I remember a village. No, I had a friend. I know at one point there was a demon, so maybe I was a god or something.
I remember bright yellow fields. But I know they're not my memories. That's another thing I want. I want to know for sure what are my memories and what are yours. Some of them are clear, but others don't provide so much distinction. Were we both from Erezar? I can't really say.
I feel that very least I feel we might have been, at a minimum. This land, it does not feel familiar to me. Barring, obviously, that we have lived here for many years. But when we first saw eyes on it, I did not see anything that reminded me of my home. So unless I was from one of the other continents, that leaves only Arezar. So I wonder if we should have asked the inner circle about this ritual they know of. If that might have helped, or simply would have made the jumbled memories clearer.
I thought of that too, but other people needed help. It wasn't my time. Our time.
I feel, though, that eventually our curiosity will overpower us, and we will have to figure it out. Maybe it might be time for a bit of selfishness on this. Maybe helping a Krisk with his desire for the ritual, that we could potentially ask to also partake.
I don't. This is probably silly to say because I know Aki. Aki would tell us, go ahead, help yourself. I just don't want to take this from him.
We wait until Aki himself has been part of the ritual, and then we simply ask the inner circle, or is it possible for them to do one more? Privately, if we must.
I think that would be better, doing it in private without... other people don't need to know until they need to know. Yes?
Yes. So, if we get clarity, and we feel that demon is still alive, we tell them immediately. Yes?
There's a long pause. When we assess the situation,
I suppose that is the best I'm going to get. Very well.
you've been with me for years. You should know that's what you're going to get. Do you think we were attached like this before?
As in, from your birth, or?
Yes. It feels like it to me.
Feels like it to me as well. So I wonder if maybe until you were able to reach out that I was essentially in slumber. I do not, obviously, given the state of our memories, but even then I do not recall talking to a child incapable of speech nor walking.
I obviously can't say myself. It's apparent, though, that my powers are growing. It's likely that they were even weaker before I emerged in Karmora.
I wonder what the limits to that power is, though.
Well, we'll have to find out.
I also wonder what our companions' powers would be like as they grow. They are not like us, but Havelock, of course, has this Queen of the Sea, and obviously we have curves. But I also wonder about Aki and kindling.
I think all of them are going to grow to be something incredible.
You know, I think you're right. I think in their own way they'll become powerful, even little fur.
She just has to get a little bit more confidence in herself. That's all she needs. All of them just need a little polish.
I've seen you polish. You are not that good at it.
I may not be good at polishing things, but I'm good at polishing people. Have you seen Aki? How much he's improved?
Maybe if you hadn't have taken the pirate job, you could have ran for governor someplace. I'm sure with your way of talking, you would have swung the populace around.
If that was the case, I should have just stayed and became a crow's nest captain.
You're worried about her, aren't you?
So much. I miss her every day.
Well, we are heading to Port Honor. There's got to be a captain there that'd be willing to take us to Mary the Berry. I'm sure we could search her out there.
You want to find her?
You want to find her.
She might not have me back.
Well, that is an answer we will have to look for.
I don't know if that's an answer I can live with.
Even if she does not want you back, know this. You have a crew still, the Talaria. You may not choose yourself as the captain, but a crew is a crew. And a crew sticks together, do they not?
They do. And God, you wouldn't have luck. I don't know how I am shaping up to be the captain of these vagabonds.
Well, if you do not want it, then do not take it. There are others who could take that role. Think of it as a temporary arrangement until the proper captain, when he steps up to the plate.
Right. Temporary arrangement.
Are you
Just
feeling that?
until he grows into his full potential.
I mean, if you really don't want to, I can certainly try, though it's limited on what I could do here.
You're not particularly eloquent anyways. Do you think we'd have time to go to Mary LeBerry? How much would that take away from what the Chris needs?
I suppose that depends. I am not too familiar with the cobbles, even traveling around with yourself. So that may take some time. And it's not like we have to immediately go to Mary the Berry after Port Honor. He's merely stating that we know a place where we can get a ship, and we know where Mary the Berry is.
Perhaps I'll at least write a letter.
That would be a good idea, yes.
Alright, I'm done bothering you right now. You can sleep or go into my subconscious or whatever you do.
You never bothered me, Mev. Not once. Okay, just go silent at that point.
Mev rolls over in her sleeping bag and closes her eyes to try and sleep.